Have you ever wondered where the legend truly began? What was the first spark before Kadubettu Shiva's rage shook the land? And what if I told you we are finally going back to the very roots of Kantara? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the magical world of Kantara where culture speaks louder and faith is deeper. So without any delay, let's start the video. But before that, do subscribe my channel if you haven't done yet, and also don't forget to like the video. The wait is finally over. Kantara Chapter 1, Rishabh Shetty's magnum opus, is set to hit theatre on 2nd October 2025. And if the first look teaser is anything to go by, we are in for something bigger, darker and more spiritual than ever before. Kantara wasn't just a movie. It was an experience. It didn't ask us to simply sit and watch. It pulled us into the heart of Karnataka's coastal culture where ritual and rage dance together under the shadow of divinity. Where every gust of wind carried the sound of temple bells and the smell of incense. It was a place where the Bhutkala wasn't just a ritual but a heartbeat, passed down through centuries, holding the power to bless, to curse and to protect. Through the eyes of Kadubettu Shiva, we didn't just watch a story, we felt it. We felt the dust under our feet as he ran through the forest. We felt the weight of every tradition, every oath, every prayer whispered to the spirits. The breathtaking portrayal of Bhutkala rituals, the way they honored their roots without diluting them, and the raw, earthbound performances, all of it left us spellbound. It didn't dilute its culture to fit a modern mold. Instead, it invited the world into its own world. The visuals were not just beautiful, they were truthful. The chants weren't just background sound, they were the soul of the story. And when the climax came, with the divine possession and the roaring confrontation, the audience wasn't just watching a scene, they were witnessing faith itself take form. That's why Kantara wasn't just a film that entertained us. It was a film that stayed with us in our minds, in our hearts, and in the goosebumps that rise every time we hear those drums. Now Kantara Chapter 1 takes us even further back to the pre-colonial Karnataka during the Kadamba dynasty era. This is where the sacred Bhutkala ritual first takes root, a times of myth, power and blood-bound oaths. And somewhere in the forest, the seeds of Kadubettu Shiva's legacy are sown. In the first look teaser, we see Rishabh Shetty in a never-before-seen look. Fierce eyes, blood-red war paint, a weapon in hand and a divine rage in his stance. The teaser blends ritual and ferocity, hinting at battles both spiritual and physical. War drums thunder, the camera sweeps through dense forest, and in the distance we hear the chants of a ritual that will define generations. Within hours of release, the teaser crossed 12 million views. Fans hailing Rishabh Shetty's vision, calling it a masterpiece in the making. Some said goosebumps overloaded, while others declared Kantara isn't just a movie anymore, it's a cultural revolution. From Karnataka to the rest of India and even overseas, anticipation is sky high. Though the makers are keeping the plot under wraps, here's what the clues tells us. We'll witness the origin of the Bhutkala tradition, expect power struggles between tribes and kingdoms during the Kadamba dynasty, the rise of a fierce warrior, possibly an ancestor or mythical foundation for Shiva's bloodline, and most importantly, the spiritual bond between man, nature and divinity, the soul of the Kantara saga. Rishabh Shetty doesn't just act, he lives the character and becomes the story. In the first Kantara, his performance as Kadubettu Shiva was a masterclass in transformation. He carried the wildness of the forest in his body language, the untamed fire in his eyes, and a raw, earthy charm that made us believe, yes, this man is a part of the land he fights for. His portrait was not one dimensional. He gave Shiva layers: the mischievous troublemaker, the fearless protector, the reluctant believer, and finally the chosen vessel of the divine. That emotional journey from rebellion to spiritual surrender is what turned the climax into pure magic. And now, in Kantara Chapter 1, he is not just returning as an actor, he is returning as a storyteller, director, and cultural guardian. The teaser shows him in a completely new look, older in wisdom, yet younger in timeline, blood streaked in war paint, and standing in the shadow of an even older legend. And it shows that he's not just telling history, he's making us feel it. Fans aren't hyped just because Rishabh is on screen. They are hyped because when Rishabh Shetty takes on a role, the line between cinema and reality fades away. You don't see the actor, you see the spirit, the rage, the faith, and the pulse of the story itself. And if he could shake us to our core as Shiva, imagine what he'll do when he takes us to the very beginning, to the birth of a legend. So here we are, months away from 2nd October 2025. The stage is set, the forests are alive, the drums are calling, and somewhere in the shadows, the legend is waiting to be born. In Kantara, the fight was for the land. In Kantara Chapter 1, the fight is for the soul. Tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you are most excited to see in Kantara Chapter 1? The action, the rituals, or Rishabh Shetty's transformation? Because if the teaser is just the beginning, the movie might just shake the very ground we walk on. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.